How is e-commerce becoming a bigger play for you in selling direct to consumers?
You know, e-commerce is really important because 87% of all consumers go online to do research before they go buy a phone. Because, you know, there's so many phones out there with so many operating systems. They really do a lot of research online. So it really was important for us to beef up the digital and e-commerce elements of our business because that's where consumers are going first. So let them know what the key points of differentiation of our products are when they do that. And while they're there, if they want to buy, we'll be able to send it right to their house within 2 days, and it works really, really well. We also hyperlink to a particular carrier if they'd rather do that, if they'd rather go that way. What we're trying to do is really make it convenient for consumers. So whatever's easier for them is what we want to do.
So you don't have the physical presence of like an Apple store,
Exactly
for
right.
example. So do you really market and advertise in your advertising messages this ability to buy directly from the website?
But really such a huge percentage of our business is through the carriers or the retailers, the Best Buys, the Radio Shacks of the world. So a lot of what we do is to create awareness for our products. And then on occasion we'll even tell you where you can go from a retail perspective, where you can go get our products on a lot of the different ads that we do. But a huge, huge majority of our business goes through those guys.
So to what do you attribute the success of the Droid and the Razor, and now most recently the Razor Max, right?
Right. Well, you know,
and this is after a few years, obviously, of quite a struggle for Motorola.
Oh, exactly right.
What's been happening as far as an uptick?
Well, we really kind of got back to listening to and responding to the voice of the customer. You know, engineering has been the backbone of Motorola for 82 years. And we've had these huge spikes and huge troughs over the last 80 years, where there would be a brilliant idea that people would just take off with, and then it would fall off, and then we'd come up with a new idea, and then it would fall off, and then we would come up with a mobile phone. So our issue, and really the point that from a marketing perspective that we're trying to instill in Motorola is we can smooth those peaks and troughs out by having more consistent winners. And you can do that by listening to consumers and what their needs and wants are and going to create products for them.
Had you not been doing that before?
It had been a few years. It was really more, here's what we know how to make, and we're going to make it cool.
Right.
And now it's, here's what consumers need, now let's make something for them. So it was just a different mindset, a different process that was used for product development. And now that we're listening to consumers, we know what their issues are, and then we go to the engineering teams and the design teams and say, here's the need. And we use all of their great resources to create great products to fulfill those needs, rather than I want to create something because I know how. So it's a different mindset.
Is that your background, is coming from P&G and Pizza Hut, that really
Exactly
sort of
right.
informed those
Exactly
new
right.
efforts?
And you know, it wasn't the easiest thing in the world to come in and say, hey, we need to listen to someone else. But once we started giving data that was actionable, you know, it was almost like a bit of freedom for some of our project leads and engineers to go, wow, I know that if I can solve this, it's going to be a winner. And anyone who creates wants to see the products they create succeed in the marketplace. And if you can go to these people and say, we have a way of increasing the probability that your product's going to be a big winner, it makes them excited.
Sure.
They say, yeah, I want to listen to it. We can empower your life. We can make your life richer, simpler, and easier by creating products for you that learn from you, that make your life easier, that become almost a best friend for you. And that's the space that we really want to go play in.
And it's sort of marrying your heritage, if you will, with kind of the future of the
Exactly
brand as
right.
well.
People know that they can trust Motorola. We've been making products for 80 years. It's a well-respected product. But now that if we can communicate the whys about this relationship and how we're more uniquely qualified to fulfill that relationship than many of our competitors, I think we're really going to win big in the marketplace.